Hey guys, I got a really cool boat to go over with you today. First of all, let's talk about the boat. This is a 1650 hunt deck. This boat's set up for a tiller steer operation on this motor. We're going to go over here in just a minute. It's got a half box in the back, and it's got a outboard extension seat in the back where you can scoot back and grab that tiller handle. It's got an enclosed gun box on the left-hand side / rod blocker. It's a catwalk that runs the full length of the boat. So we've got rod box. This is the same. It's just another access to the front of the rod locker. Then he's got an extended deck right here. That extended deck is just for storage, trolling motor batteries when he gets ready to do that. And then you can see in the back there the half box, which is dry storage, and his rocker panel switches. Very nice, very clean, very simple laid out boat. But on the motor, he went with the newest, greatest technology that's out there. Let's talk about this XRF 50 Pro Drive. So today I just got to go take a ride in this thing. It was my first time to drive one of them, and I'll tell you what, I was thoroughly impressed. I really was impressed. It was a good experience. It's quiet, it's fast. It pushed this boat around 36, 37 miles an hour. I mean, I don't know exactly what it's going to do with a load yet. I wasn't able to test it with a load. I was by myself, but it felt the takeoff, the whole shot that it had, and the mid-range of giving it the gas felt like, I mean, I've run enough of these to know over the last 24 years pretty much what they feel like, and it did not feel like a load would hinder it like maybe traditional mud motors would. It felt like it could handle a load really well. This operates with a keel cooler that's welded on the bottom of the hull. I'll try to put a picture in there in the video to show you what that looks like. But it's way less intrusive than I thought it was going to be. That thing is that thick. I mean, it's barely, if you have crimps in the bottom of your traditional flat boat, they stick down way further than this does. This is maybe 1/4 of an inch thick if I had to guess, and it's welded in one strip down the center of the boat, and then it has a cooling system that comes up through these hoses right here and circulates that water, that coolant, back almost like a radiator, and then the ambient temperature of the water around the keel cooler helps to cool the fluid as it's going back and forth through the keel cooler. So that's the premise behind it. That's not a new technology in and of itself. Keel coolers have been around for a long time with traditional mud motors in South Louisiana, the old mud drive motors that were inboard outboard type situations. They kind of use those, but no one's ever done it on a single unit tiller steer mud motor before with an outboard upper. This is a 50 horsepower Tohatsu outboard, and it drives like an outboard. It really does. There's a little more tiller torque on this than there would be if you just had a 50 tiller Tohatsu, simply because of the resistance you have in the lower unit. But this is necessary for what you bought this for when you get in the mud. When you get in the mud, you have to have this lower unit. You cannot have the Tohatsu lower unit for obvious reasons. So it's give and get a little bit. But I'll tell you this, while it's a little bit more tiller torque on this than it is a traditional outboard, there's less tiller torque on this than there is a traditional mud motor. So that was a plus. That was a progress in my opinion. Let's go around the other side and we'll take a look at some of the features of it. Okay guys, so this is your tiller handle here. It gives it the gas. You turn it just like this to give it the gas. Here's your trim. Your trim is built into the handle so that you can operate the trim with your thumb. This is your shifter, and it's got a heavy duty transmissions in it. I guess that's the right word. I guess that's what that would be called, transmission clutch that's in it. When you slam this thing in reverse, man, you can hear it. Donk, it locks. Same thing when you come in forward. It's a hard lock, and when it locks, it's going. The handle floats up and down like this, which was nice. I was able to stand up and drive it up onto the trailer. You've got a momentary button here. You've got this is how you spin the lower unit around. So while you have a traditional reverse that you would use for backing up at the trailer, maneuvering at the dock, picking up decoys, stuff like that, you also have their full power reverse, to where if you got in a situation where you were stuck and you needed more power than just slamming it in reverse and pulling backwards, you can actually spin that lower unit around and face the propeller in the direction that it needs to go, and that the direction it was cupped to go in. And it's a serious reverse. So you kind of have the best of both worlds in this lower unit. So you're getting a lot more in this lower unit and in this, even in the upper part of this unit, than you have been used to in the past, and so it's going to be more expensive. So prepare yourself for that. But things usually are, when you expect more and you get more, they cost more. So just be prepared for that. But I'm going to tell you right now, I'm thoroughly impressed with the way that this thing operated, and we look forward to selling a lot more of them in the future. So thanks for checking it out.